Throughout your career, there's going to be times that you are feeling lost and maybe stuck a little bit. And to be completely honest, I felt like this for a very long time. Imposter syndrome, lacking motivation, lacking discipline, all of these things that were just plaguing me and ultimately holding me back from becoming the senior developer. But in this video, I just want to go over some of the things that have helped me from my own experiences in hopes that it'll help you get over this junior to senior hump. And if you're new here, I've been slinging code for a little over a decade now. And if nothing else, at least give this video a thumbs up for the brand new puppy. All right, say hi, Paddington. All right, let's dive in. And I've had many ups and downs along the way. I'm gonna put this point first because if you click off this video after this one, I'll sleep a little better knowing that at least you got this part. And the first, in my opinion, one of the most critical things you can do is let your ambitions be known. Look, your manager isn't a mind reader, and I think some of us think that because we have a manager or a leader or a boss, they should be doing all of the things to look out for us and find us opportunities and just, manage us. And the harsh reality is that most of the time, that just isn't the case. And I'm not saying that you have a bad manager. I'm sure they're a great person. But what I am saying is the only person who's going to actually look out for your best interests is you. And you see, my story is that I really struggled to find a mentor while coming up. And because of that, I just sat there and thought if I did the work, I would be presented better opportunities and better teams to work with and harder challenges and more responsibilities and all of those things. Well, after 2 years of just doing the work, I finally got the courage to speak up. And I went into my manager, said, hey, I'm actually a little disappointed I haven't been presented more opportunities or more responsibility or found harder problems to solve. I'm getting all of my work done on time. Why am I not going up the ladder as we all think you should? And the best part of all of this was that his response was so simple. And all he said was, I didn't know. He didn't know that I had an ambition to go up to the next level. I think he assumed it, and I'd imagine had I not said anything, in the coming years, we would have had that conversation. But I was young. I was super ambitious, but I wasn't saying it. I wasn't showing it. I wasn't letting anybody know. I was trying to work in silence and let my, work show my worth kind of thing. And that's just not how the real world works. It's dog eat dog world out there. And I think the best thing you can do, and if you take nothing else from this video, the best thing you can do is just let everybody know. I'm gunning for senior engineer. I'm gunning to work on this team. I'm going to do this. And actually show up, put in the work to make it a valid request of yours. But if nobody knows that's what you want to do, you're only shooting yourself in the foot. So in my story, a few conversations and a couple weeks later, and I was getting pulled into all of these big time meetings that I had just dreamed of doing. And had I not said anything, had I just kept my mouth shut as I thought I should, I wouldn't have been there. And while I was there, I just learned a whole hell of a lot. So as Noah Kagan says, you'd be surprised by how much you can gain by simply asking. The best way that you can flex this newfound ambition, and the second point here, is collaborating across teams. Now is the time for you to get out of your shell and start working with other team members, other team leaders, helping them out, which is only going to benefit you in the long run. A lot of people say, oh, just build your network. And you're like, thanks, guy. What the does that even mean? And in my experience, the best way to build your network is to work across teams, ask for opportunities to integrate concepts and teams together, work 50% across 2 teams, 80-20. There's lots of different ways that you can find opportunities to work with multiple groups of people and really bring everybody into your network together. And too often I see people cold DMing saying, hey, I'm Andrew Peacock. Here's my cool Teams message or my freaking fancy Slack message, recognize me, all those types of things. And don't get me wrong, you should be friendly. You should reach out to your peers and say what's up, but none of that is actually going to push the needle if you're really trying to go from a junior to a senior engineer. You need to find ways to actually show people your talent and versatility. And the best way, in my experience and what I've done, is trying to work on as many different projects and as many different teams as I can while balancing the overhead of switching between multiple things. So there is a sweet spot in the middle, and if you do this, you will learn that you become a real personnel across multiple teams, which makes you a super versatile and powerful developer. And that's the best way to build your network, actually building stuff with other people, building the network. One of the best pieces of advice that I was given is to actually know who you're talking to. And I don't mean just look their damn name up or their email up on Teams or whatever, but actually know what their job title is and what their real roles and responsibility of the company are. What purpose do they have in the company? And if you can find the roots and answer that question, what I'm about to say is going to be super critical and powerful for you. Figure out what their purpose is and tailor every single part of your communication to their purpose, whether it be emails or demos or just Teams messages, just talking with them in a meeting. You can tailor everything that you say to be fuel for them. And I promise you, if you allow them to use you as fuel, they will champion you up the ladder, bring you to all of the senior opportunities that you're looking for. And not necessarily because they're just being nice, but because you're actually helping their career. And like I said at the beginning of the video, everybody, you and your boss and your team lead and your manager, whatever they are, everyone is going to have their own best interests. So don't think of it as a blocker. Use it as your advantage. And I promise you, that has been jet fuel on my campfire of climbing the corporate ladder, becoming a senior engineer, and actually using the network that I've built, actually applying all of the skills to be presented opportunities that I have only dreamed of. Leading teams, designing architectures, all of the things that you do as a senior engineer wouldn't have happened if I didn't talk to the right people, but more specifically in the right way. And I hope you start having your best interest today. And I'm proud of you. I believe in you. Come on now, you got this shit. But let me know down in the comments below, what have you found that has been super helpful to help you grow and be sustainable and have all the fun that you're looking for while becoming a senior developer? And with that, I gotta go walk a puppy. See you next week. Peace.